There are two MLP-related fan animations that involve winter. Snowdrop and...
Winter's fucked up, winter's fucked up.
The snow is too fucking thick.
Winter's fucked up, winter's fucked up.
No one enjoys being sick. Winter can suck my dick.
If there are any other animations that deal with winter, then please don't contact me. I live under a rock, and I prefer to keep it that way. So for this episode, if you haven't looked at the title, for some odd reason, we're going to be talking about Snowdrop, and I hope it's all going to be good. Let's go. The animation was created by Silly Philly Studios. You think I'm gonna add any more to that statement? Oh goody goody, here's this amazing intro. In fact, it's so amazing that I didn't even pay attention to it. But what I've gathered is pretty much that it's praising winter and it's praising some pony. I have no idea who it is. Let's just move on. Zip! There goes his nuts. Oh hey, look at this! Someone just showed us the title and the person who made this animation, even though I already showed it to them! Okay, enough horsing around, let's just get to it. So everything starts at a normal school somewhere in Cloudsdale, or whatever the heck that is. I don't know what it was like 1,000 years ago.
Zipper...
Camelot.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't really find that place on the Equestria map, so I guess that times have changed, hasn't it? Or maybe I should stop moving the mouse. What do you think, Pinky? But you know, for a name called Camelot, them removing the name just doesn't really surprise me. Oh, and also, there's a reason why snow is here. Let's have a listen.
They couldn't produce the rain yet, even if they were back with the weather system. The land still needs time to rest. That's the only reason we create winter, to help rejuvenate the soil for the earth ponies below.
Okay, to be totally fair, this is completely relevant to real life. But if we could have an alicorn princess move the sun for us,
Can we have an alternative?
I mean, look at this. The original doesn't even have any snow.
The spring sunrise is only 2 days away. Then you won't have to see a speck of snow for a whole year. On that note, how is everyone coming along with their spring sunrise presentations? Is every pony and their partner ready to present their seasonal gifts to the princesses?
Okay, so based off of that, I learned two things. That they really love winter, and that the school system is pretty accurate to the school system we have today. Oh, hey, look, it's our bundle of sadness. I mean, main protagonist of Snowdrop. Her name is Snowdrop, if you couldn't tell.
Snowdrop? How is your project coming?
I just love how the teacher calls on Snowdrop of all ponies, especially since there's a filly talking right over there. Normally teachers would call on the ponies that talk, but I guess that hasn't changed within 1,000 years.
Do you not have a partner still?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, no one likes Snowdrop. And why do people not like Snowdrop? 'Cause she's blind. Yeah, I would just look at how the class interacts when they have to find her a partner.
Have you even begun your work?
Miss Windith is going to make some pony work with her again, isn't she?
It's not like she can make anything when she can't see in front of her own hooves.
We worked with her last time. You do it. Of course I've started.
I mean, I don't like working with partners either, so yeah.
I don't really blame you, Snowdrop.
Does anyone know what Snowdrop's project is gonna be?
A surprise.
Okay.
Be careful going home. I know you know your way, but the last blizzard of the year is always the worst.
Yes, of course. The last blizzard of the year is always the worst. And that's why... You're going home all by yourself! I'm well aware that you're blind, but you know what? Screw you! Hey teacher, when you're done freezing Phyllis to death, I just want to let you know that Camelot just called. They say you're the perfect camel. So she gets back home, and now the rest of the animation is pretty much her complaining about how miserable her life is. You think there's more to it? Well, guess what? There isn't.
You can wish on them?
Oh! Okay, we're going to a flashback sequence, everybody. Hang on, this is a flashback sequence. Does that mean her mother's dead? I wonder if her mother's dead. I mean, Snowdrop walked up by herself, but that's not important. Okay, so basically, this is Snowdrop's mother trying to tell Snowdrop that if you listen hard enough, you'll eventually hear the stars. Oh, and also stars grant wishes, just to let you know.
When you wish upon a star.
So after the flashback, Snowdrop mopes around for a little bit, and then she decides to wish. Not to get her eyes so that she could see, but instead so that she could do something useful in her life. That's not being humble. It's called common sense. But it turns out her wish has actually been granted. She started hearing snow as if it was hearing stars, and stars grant wishes, which means that snow grants wishes, which means that Canadians are completely lucky bastards. So she decides to take procrastination to a whole new level, and now she's working on a project for the spring sunrise. And it looks like she's done her project. What do you think is gonna happen next?
Snowdrop! What are you doing? It's freezing! Come inside!
Okay, so her mother's alive, so I guess that means it's time for us to celebrate. So the spring sunrise starts, Snowdrop presents her project, and take a guess what happens next. No, seriously, go ahead and just take a guess on what happens next. If you think they're gonna cut Snowdrop some slack, you're absolutely wrong.
You brought snow?
And just one little dot of it.
Maybe she grabbed the wrong thing on her way here?
Why would you bring snow to the spring sunrise?
I don't know, you silly filly. No, but in all seriousness, that is a pretty legitimate question, and she gives a speech which actually has the answer to it. I can't really critique on the speech as much because, well, it's good, and I've already explained it earlier in this review, so, yeah. Now, before we get to the ending, I know this may sound a little bit off topic, but I just want to get this out of the way. Since we're near the end of the animation, it's time to reflect how colorful the backgrounds really are. Blue, 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 purple, or blue, whatever you think. Blue and lighter blue, lighter than lighter blue, and white, with blue. All various kinds of blue, and let's not forget blue. They should have named this animation Snowdrop, a blue story. That's exactly what I'm gonna do right now. So Snowdrop's project, once the princess is over, she gets her cutie mark and then she dies. What else can I say? So as a memorial for Snowdrop's passing, the princesses decide to do something nice, something symbolic, and something heartbreaking. They drop the final snowflake, and the final snowflake is the first snowflake that Snowdrop has ever made, signifying that the one snowflake that started it all has been let go, has drifted away, and will never be seen again. And as the background turns green, we start to realize that no one watches the credits.
I'm not watching the credits.
But if you have watched the credits for some reason and got to the end part, believe me, I got to the end part just because I was editing this video, you will see that the snowflake lands right on top of a flower known as a snowdrop. And how do I know that it's called a snowdrop? Because if you look up snowdrop on Google, you will find that you'll see this flower everywhere! Thus, it makes it very annoying for me to have to type MLP snowdrop in order to get the images I want. Google is being a troll to me right now. Overall, I think this animation is good, but I wouldn't exactly say that it's fantastic. The animation is good, the writing is good, and the story is good considering the circumstances. And yes, I say considering the circumstances because my biggest problem with this animation,
if you haven't guessed already,
is that Snowdrop herself is a Mary Sue. I mean, she's being hated by everyone for absolutely no reason other than the fact that she's blind, which... really? I mean, at least that's what I assume, but I can't think of any other reason why everyone hates her. It's kind of a shame though, really, because this story revolves around Snowdrop's sadness and such, but I think they overkilled it a little bit. That's just my only complaint with this animation. The rest is great. So overall, it's good, but it's not great. And I still recommend it to anyone who hasn't watched it. But I mean, why would you go and watch it? I mean, you already seen this review, so really, what's the point? But I mean, if you just skip to the end of the video for some odd reason, then yeah, I suggest that you watch Snowdrop. And yeah, you're probably gonna have a good time. I give Snowdrop a 4 out of 5 stars. And I'll give it my seal of approval. My blue seal of approval. Because that's their favorite color. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review as much as I did making it. You had no idea how long it took for me to make this, but I'm pretty sure it's all worth it at the end. Up next is Double Rain Boom, and it will be coming out in 10,057 because I'm lazy. So until then, I'll see you guys in my next review, and hope to see you guys later. Bye.